It has been a false teaching which has been circulating for a long time. Now, the teaching that says that Jesus Christ divided the 10 commandments into two, it's not true. Let's go to the scriptures and observe the question, and you understand what Christ said. But when the Pharisees heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, they gathered together. Then one of them, a lawyer, asked him a question, testing him, saying, so these people came. They are coming to ask Jesus Christ a question, and they are testing him because they know the answer in the law. So Christ is not going to say something different. Teacher, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus, among all the law that God gave through Moses, which of them is great? So they know the answer. If Christ should have spoken something different, they would have caught him to be a liar. So Christ have to give an answer from the law. He don't need to say something different. And 37, Jesus said to them, you shall love the Lord your God with all your hearts, with all your soul, and with all your mind. Jesus quoted from the book of Deuteronomy chapter number 6, verse number 4 and 5. Christ quoted from the law, from the book that God gave through Moses. And he said, hear, O Israel, the Lord your God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your hearts, with all your soul, with all your strength. Christ quoted from the law. They know the answer. So Jesus Christ was not speaking about 10 commandments separate. He quoted from Deuteronomy. This is the first and the great. And the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Christ quoted from Leviticus chapter number 19, verse number 18. You shall not take vengeance, nor bear any grudge against a children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. So Christ quoted from Leviticus, from the book. So the Pharisees knows the answer, and Christ quoted from the law. So what Christ said was already written by Moses in the law, and he quoted from there. Jesus did not even quote from the 10 commandments. He quoted from the book that Moses wrote by the authority of God. Verse number 46. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Christ said, from the book of Genesis up to the book of Malachi, this is the greatest commandment. God was teaching Israel how to love God and how to love their neighbor. These are the 2 things God was teaching them. So among all the law that God gave through Moses for the people of Israel, God was teaching them only 2 things. He was teaching them how they can love God and how they can love their neighbor. So beloved, Jesus was not saying something different. He was quoting from the law that God gave through Moses. So those who are saying that Christ divided the law into 2 is not true. It's a false teaching. Don't believe them. All the law that God has given from Genesis